Hi, this is a Minute of Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now this week I want to ask, do you actually need to know how to code in order to produce an app? Okay, so a few weeks ago I made a video called, marketers versus developers, which one is better, right? And it kind of lends itself to the question, like, do you actually even need to know how to code in order to release an app? And the truth is that you don't. Even now, I hire other developers. So I have Overpass has a full-time team. We have 3 developers, 2 designers, and, 1 marketing person, and then also myself. But I also hire developers in India from time to time. And, we have, lots of people who I've worked with in the past and I trust. I've worked with a lot more that, hasn't worked out, but the team that I have at the moment and the developers I have at the moment I really trust. However, I could do a lot of the code myself, but I don't. So do you even need to know how to code? And I would like to say that it does help, right? And it comes down to communication, right? If you're hiring a developer and you don't know they come to you with an issue saying like the Facebook API has changed, or we need to rearrange some of this code, and you don't really understand how that works, or can't even understand the topic of conversation, they may as well be speaking in another language. So if you were able to understand at least the basics of how code works, even if it's not the same language, say like if they know Objective-C and JavaScript, then you kind of have a foundation of how code works, functions and methods and all that kind of stuff to know how things work. So it does help. Now the fact of the matter is that my developers don't do any code that I couldn't do myself. We're kind of all on the same ability level. If they come to me with an issue saying I'm having trouble interfacing with this API, then hey, give it to me over the weekend and I'll work on it. And we do that all the time, and it really helps. It's a case of I've known so many people who have gone with like an Indian firm, and they say, I've hired this Indian firm. They have my code. They say it's going to be 6 weeks to put this change in or whatever, and things just don't work out. And it's really easy to become a slave to somebody else if you can't do these simple things on your own. So now you don't need to know how to code in order to release an app. However, I do think it helps. If you are releasing an app in, say, Android, and you hired a developer to work on the Android app, at the same time, why not pick up a book and start reading how the basics of Android works, or the basics of Java, right? It's not, as I said a few more weeks ago in the video, it's not impossible to learn a software language at the moment. In fact, it's easier probably now than it ever was before. It's so easy to learn. So, so anyway, my message this week, do you need to know how to code? No, you most definitely do not. I know a lot of really good app developers who have never actually written any code themselves. However, it really helps, right? So that's it for this week's Minute of Overpass. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you next week. Hey, thanks very much for watching the video. Now, if you liked it, please do me a favor and just click on the like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Now, I do this video once a week, every Friday, so if you're interested in seeing more of them, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and you'll see it pop up in your feed once a week, and then I can tell you everything else we learn about in the future about the app market. And finally, if you could be so kind, please leave a review. Now, if you're like me, you hate to leave reviews. I never leave reviews, so I'm going to make it easy for you. If you like the video, just leave the review gnarly, right? 80s, right? If you hated it, say bogus. And if you didn't think anything of it, go ahead and just put right? That's it. I'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye.